Hello, welcome to How to Slackline. Okay, today we're going to be standing on rope. This is flat 2-inch rope. Okay, you can stand on whatever you want though. It's all the same, just use a regular rope. As long as the rope doesn't touch the ground, it's good to stand on. Make sure your rope is really strong if you go to heights that you'll fall and die at. So, tip number 1, start real low. Okay, so this is how I recommend setting up your slack line besides the length. This length is too long, but it just happened to be where I was set up today. So this is where it's going. I would recommend to start off with, to make sure your ratchet is fully locked in place. Mine wasn't. There it goes. There's the lock. Right there. Locked in place. A little video on how to set up a slack line later, but I like doing this little half fold down up into the knot so it comes out straight on both ends. Beginner lines I set at a height that I consider a non-nutting height. See, can't nut here. The lower it is, the better, because your psyche doesn't think it's going to fall as far. Tighter is better at first too. That's why I said this length is too long, because it's going to be a lower frequency. You can see it. And so I'd recommend like 20 feet, 15 feet to start off with. That would be a good idea. Okay, and then just some philosophy, just a little intro on how I think about the line. So the line is a resonator. It's like an amplifier. It shows you what's up, and you need to be with it. You can't come onto the line and decide a frequency. The line has a preset frequency, and that frequency is determined by the length of the line, how tight you initially set it, how heavy I am, and where on the line I stand. Okay, so I'm going to try to find a nice spot I can surf so you can see the frequency. Okay. Now ready? Watch it go back and forth. Okay, so no matter how fast I move, no matter how quickly I make it go back and forth or increase the range, it will always go do, or even if it's going less far, it will still hit at the same times. And that's the frequency of the line. You have to match that frequency. So the tighter the line, the more it feels like earth, solid, strong, really fast frequency. The longer it gets, the slower and more deviation it has. Okay, so start on tight, short lines, and then apply this idea to all the lines. And the idea is receptiveness. You have to not decide where you need to be. You need to be where you need to be. Your inner ear knows. There's this little floating crystal in there, and it tells you what up and down is and where your body is and stuff. So listen to that, and then just keep getting on the line. Persevere. I'll show you some tips and tricks of how to get started on the line, but it's really about listening to your ear, not trying to choose where the line needs to be or where you need to be, but being receptive of where you need to be. Okay? And then that receptivity will eventually take variance and dial it into a control, and then when we're in that control, then we can do that surfing I was just doing, where we can put amplitude into it when we want it and take it out when we want it, but we still can't change that frequency. Okay, we can only change that by changing the length of the rope and the tension it's at, and our weight, how we weight the line, we put different weights on it, and stuff like that will change that frequency. But just to start off, this is our basic, and I'll show you how I would teach you if you were here. Perfect. Okay. So I call it a starfish, and it's this posture on the ground. Basically, anything we can do on the slack line, or anything we can do on the ground, we can do on the slack line, and we can also do more on the slack line. Okay, well, let's try it on the ground first. The starfishing is just putting your limbs out, and we can explore this space. Reaching, pulling, okay, and you can increase these waves and see how receptive you can be, and if you fall. You can also go all the way over and find our fall edge on the other side as well as this side. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing on the line. Next, I actually think I want to change my orientation here so you can see me at an angle on the line. Sorry, folks. Last minute decisions. Balance drum. This drum is also a camera holder. It needs beans though. Okay, good enough. Cool. Okay. So, from here, you have that starfish. Okay, I recommend one leg on the line to start with. Some people struggle with this one leg. I think it is a knee or hip stability problem, and it requires both feet and balance. Okay, but I typically like starting with one because our leg is our biggest mass, and it makes the biggest lever, panther tail for us on the line. So I'm going to show the one leg first, then I'll show the two leg. Eventually, when the line gets longer, two leg becomes better because the stability of the one leg becomes too much. So you start with two, and then you dial into the one. So if you're really struggling with one leg on this, dial it into two, see if that works for you. But then just keep getting up. Okay, so this is how we're going to start. And put a foot on the line. And see how I'm charging it right now? I'm pushing it down. Don't charge it. Because when you charge it, you're probably going to feel it go crazy because your leg can't stabilize it. I think it's because your body doesn't like the different frequencies of the earth and the line, and controlling and transmitting those two frequencies together feels kind of strange on the body. A little bit tighter. So, one foot on, what we're going to do is we're going to hop off this back foot, one on the ground. We're going to hop up. Okay, not weighting this one, hopping up. Lifting with your arms, rising up. Okay, I like to think of it as like rising, bringing your energy to a point.
Sorry for that.
No worries.
Thank you.
Bringing your energy to a point, and then coming down. Okay, and then we're going to settle into the other foot instead of into the ground. And disperse that energy out into this starfish. And at first you might be moving all over the place, and you're probably going to find you're coming back to this side. Okay? So when we hop up, you're probably going to come back to this side. I think that goes back to one of our basic instinctual fears of falling down. We've been here. We know here. So if we're going up, we feel comfortable coming back to where we were at safety. That is a cliff for as far as ourselves know, as far as our inner ear knows. All we feel is this ledge. Our mind's telling us one thing, but we don't know what this is, how it behaves. It's weird. So we're afraid of it. We're timid with it. And that timidness makes tension in your body. And that tension resonates in the line because that tension makes you not be the same frequency. So when you're on it, it resonates and pops you off. Okay, so we need to learn how to relax. To do that, I recommend breaking that paradigm, crossing that line. So instead of coming up and coming here, focus on coming up and over. Okay, right? Up and over. Okay, some people are even too timid of the line in general, so just stepping over the line at first. Okay? Just being like, okay, it's cool. Like, maybe we go under the line. If we can sit on it, get used to that, and we can lay down on it. There's all these little things down here to build more confidence in the line first. Stepping over the line. Then treat it like a stair, not like a slackline. Just step on it and over. Still charging from the ground. Now we're breaking that line. We're feeling where that edge is. What is this side? What is this side? Okay? Then just balance, rising up, distributing the energy into the wave, and B, and try not to fall off this way. Still see if you can manage to stay on long enough, and whenever you're about to fall this way, always just try to fall that way, okay? And that will balance you. If it doesn't balance you, it'll still just break that, and you'll keep falling this way. Once you find yourself falling this way a bunch, stop doing that, and just stop trying to fall. And we're just doing that same idea. We're going up and dropping. And at first, we're not trying to walk. We're just trying to be here, and you'll probably notice your legs swing in and out, and your arms move around. Okay, and we're just trying to be. Not trying to add energy. We don't want to be bouncing or charging, or we're just trying to be still and with it. Okay, once we can do that, we will achieve boredom, where it'll be like, why am I just standing here? And that's when we switch sides. Okay, you can also switch sides right from the beginning. Anytime you fall over to the other side, get up with the other leg and work this side with the goal of falling off that way. And then that way, we're working both legs and getting really bored at standing still. Okay, once we can stand still, a step is when the leg is coming in and waving, you can put it back down and switch. And then you come back to your stillness. You take out the energy you put in, you add in momentum to move, and then you have to take it back out to find stillness. Okay? Walking forward is stepping in front and switching. Walking back is switching behind. Okay, so now you have your two walks. We also have a pivot. Okay, so our arms will probably be up right now. We have a pivot, which is coming up to our toes and pivoting around, reflaring to our side. So now we can walk forward by being patient and finding stillness. We can walk backwards, and we can switch directions. Okay, there's a thing called the open plane, and that's here in the middle of our turn with both feet on. Okay, before we were distributing weight this way with our limbs on our sides. Now we're distributing weight forward and back by bending our torso and putting our hips on either side of the line, hips and chest. Okay, that's your basics of how to get started. Again, if you're really struggling with that one leg, we can try to put the second leg on right to start. To do that, it's the same charge up, but instead of starfishing, distributing energy out with 3 limbs, you're going to place that second leg right where it was. I don't recommend stepping forward because that requires your hips moving forward and energy going into the line. More energy to work with. Instead of rising up, stepping on. Balance. That same process. Finding stillness here and then switching here. Forward, back, pivot. All with the 2 feet on. And just 1 leg off with a quick switch to walk. Let's see. Let me throw a little extra bonus in there. Some mounts to work on afterwards. So a quick thing you're going to want to start getting is the ability to get up from sitting, get up from laying. That's what we do as children. We learn that skill. So for example, one of them, my figure 4 here, we have our leg bent in, leg out, we're shifting forward and standing and stepping behind. We also have our pistol up. We have the 2 legs shift into a lunge. Oops. Up. Under switch. Okay, so these are all movements that we can practice on the ground first and then apply to the slackline. Okay, so let me show those here now. See if I can get them off. This is the figure 4. Putting the ankle on the same side. Finding balance with the leg off first to the side. Then matching on top. Shifting the hips forward to a drop knee. Okay, and then pushing off the ankle and the foot to stand. You can also skip the drop knee and just shift straight up. Either do your flare or tier 2, depending on what you prefer. We got the pistol. So that's one leg on, put the slack line wherever you feel comfortable. Get your butt close to the line. I got it. Pistoling up. And pistoling down. We have the 2 legs into a lunge. Okay, so it's like the figure 4, but it requires more hip openness. We finally got, maybe we'll see, instead of the ankle being on, the foot is on flared out. The other foot is on. We're trying to get our foot close to this heel. And then you're shifting. Okay, and then you're up and on. Then under switch, if you don't have those hips or knee openness, foot on, hand on, knee low. We're trying to hold this posture with the knee up. Seeing if we can under switch, leg under the body, over the line, and back. And the more we can control this spot over the line, we can drive through the hand, replace the hand with the foot and stand. And then you have leg combos. The chest slides. Back lies. Whole bunch more. Okay, so just be receptive, be open, don't try to control the line, don't try to control where you are. I call them master controls and they come later. Okay, they're just decisions. Like, I'm gonna step, I'm gonna make sure I step, and if I step, I'm either gonna make it or I'm gonna fall, but I'm gonna step now, and you're making these decisions and you can be decisive about them if you're confident and don't care about the result. Okay, you can know that you're learning and you're safe, you practice your falls, your rolls, and all those other good stuff. But for now, you're just getting on the line over and over and over again, trying to be receptive, let the energy happen, move where you need to move, and just balance. Be with it and listen. Don't judge it. Don't see someone else get on it and do it easy. Okay, because then you're judging it and you might get angry about it, and then you have tension. That tension is going to push you off the line. Okay, so just be receptive to your process, because your process is yours, and it's your own intimate relationship with the line and the waves and the coherence between the two of you, or hopefully the coherence between the two of you, and then you being able to amplify those waves together. Okay, and then once you can do it with the slack line, and you can do it with another person on the slack line, another person off the slack line, you know, whatever you want. Businesses, the world, squirrels, nature. Be one with the wave. Just keep getting on. Okay, it doesn't matter if you fall off. It's not about falling off, it's about getting on. Okay, so have fun with your slack line. Let me know if you have any questions or want some more information on anything I projected here. I'll show you how to set up the slack line, and I should be buying a 100-meter long rig soon that I'll show you how to put up in the park after I learn how to put it up. Okay, but just some ropes and pulleys and stuff like that. Shouldn't be that bad, but it's going to be huge, and I'm going to put it up on tension at long lengths, really high in trees all the time. I'm going to climb up to a super big not tension, a real quick setup, as long as you can find it, like the looseness, and not get used to all these big lines. So classic lines, short distance, high tension. Eventually you can start working with bounced lines, longer and longer tensions at higher and higher lengths. Then you can work with real loose lines, rodeo lines, big swings. There's a lot to play with here. And it's really, really good for your body and your proprioception, your balance, sports, knee health, ankle health, health in general, the ability to balance up here and then be like, oh no, I'm going to turn off my arms, and then you're balancing all up in your chest and you're wiggling and you're making these decisions, and it's really good for you. So get out there, slackline, have some fun, be with the waves. Have fun, y'all.